have been forcibly disappeared by Pakistan Army with impunity. Not a single person or institution has been held accountable for these atrocities, human rights violations, and crimes against humanity by the courts of Pakistan. On the economic front, Balochistan's rich natural and mineral resources have attracted extensive exploitation by both Pakistan and China, particularly under the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor project. However, the local Baloch population continue to face marginalization, with basic needs like clean drinking water, healthcare, education, and infrastructure remaining scarce. Although Balochistan produces significant amount of gas, natural gas, most of the province's population does not benefit from it, reflecting a deep inequalities when compared to more developed regions like Punjab. This situation reflects a broader pattern of exploitation, deprivation, and systematic injustice that the Baloch people have long endured. Now I'll come to the Pashtun people, which I represent, because we are passing through the same situation as the Baloch people are suffering, at least for the last 20 years for the Pashtun people. Pakistan continued to exploit illegally the natural and mineral resources of the Pashtun ethnic minority. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is energy surplus province, but still suffers from hours of load shedding on daily basis. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa produced the cheapest hydel electricity of 5,700 megawatt at the cost of less than 2 Pakistani rupees. But the same electricity is resold to them at 70 rupees, and even the royalty guaranteed by the Constitution of Pakistan is not paid to the province. Pakhtunkhwa provides more than half of the oil produced in Pakistan, but the oil refineries are located in Punjab, which deprive the Pashtuns of thousands of jobs and revenue. The result of these anti-Pashtun policies have dire consequences for our social, economic, political, demographic conditions. With no industry, jobs, and perspective in our own land, more than 10 million Pashtuns are forced to migrate to other countries to earn their livelihood. Rather than giving our rights to our on our natural resources, Pakistan is involved in target and extrajudicial killings of Pashtuns. Pakistan has imposed a ban on Fazal-ur Rehman AFRIDI and 29 other prominent members of the Pashtun Tahaffuz movement to enter Balochistan, which violates international law and the Constitution of Pakistan. The main reason for imposition of this ban on the movement of Manzoor Pashtun and other activists appears to be driven by the fear of the government of Pakistan over the planned grand jirga of Pashtuns on October 11 to open a dialogue on the gross human rights violations committed against Pashtun ethnic minority in Pakistan and devise a comprehensive strategy aimed at protecting the social, political, economic, and cultural rights of Pashtuns just like yours. The protest sit-in by the acting police officers in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa against the presence of Pakistan Army in several districts of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa highlights significant tensions and grievances between the local law enforcement and the military. These officers of police are accusing Pakistan Army of being involved in the target killings of police officers, sponsoring terrorism, and supporting the Taliban in the region. Police, the first line of defense against terrorism, is targeted by Pakistan Army supporting the Taliban in the region, which is exacerbating the already complex security situation in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. A couple of years ago, no one could have imagined that even Pashtuns could be the victims of inhuman practice or crime of Pakistan Army. It was due to the emergence of Pashtun Tahaffuz movement, which informed the international community and institutions like United Nations through active diplomacy. The persistence of the enforced disappearances of Baloch and Pashtuns, despite interventions by the Supreme Court of Pakistan, is troubling and demands urgent attention of the United Nations. On January 1st, 2024, a three-member bench of Supreme Court of Pakistan heard the petitioners and ordered a commission of inquiry on enforced disappearances to submit a detailed report of missing persons in Pakistan. The COIED, the Commission of Inquiry on Enforced Disappearances, in reply to Supreme Court order, reported 10,078 cases of enforced disappearances in Pakistan. Out of 10,078 cases presented to the Supreme Court of Pakistan by the Commission, 3,485 cases of enforced disappearances were reported in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, as compared to 2,752 cases in Balochistan, which means that the Pashtun missing persons are the highest according to that report. As we know, the missing persons in Balochistan are higher than that, but they are not documented by this commission. The so-called champions of the human rights in Pakistan, like Human Rights Commission of Pakistan and Amna Masood Janjua, chairperson of the Defense of Human Rights, Pakistan, never raised the issue of enforced disappearances of the Pashtun people in Pakistan. So it's really ironical. And we estimate that we are talking about the Enforced Disappearances Commission. But in reality, the missing persons, the Pashtun missing persons, are more than 32,000. Because during the war on terror, a lot of people were killed and there are a lot of people who are missing. The Pashtun ethnic minority is systematically oppressed by Pakistan. In the last 20 years during the so-called war on terror, Pakistan has committed gross human rights violations, including forced disappearances, extrajudicial killing, arbitrary detention, and torture. Pakistani military killed 80,000 innocent Pashtuns by using F-16 jet bombers, helicopter gunships, and heavy artillery. More than 200,000 houses, 25,000 shops, and infrastructure of former Fatah and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa completely destroyed by Pakistan Army. The Taliban fanaticism, we are still stuck between Taliban fanaticism to our west and Pakistani Punjabi militarism in the east. In this regard, we have been in contact with the different working groups of the United Nations Human Rights Council and submitted the cases of enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killing, and torture under UNHCR, Human Rights Council, special procedures. Thanks to the UN Human Rights Council working groups and special rapporteurs, that they have communicated our grievances to the government of Pakistan in a very emphatic manner. And we submitted 300 cases of enforced disappearances through special procedures. Several letters have been specifically addressed to Pakistan regarding enforced disappearances of Pashtun. I think all the oppressed nations in Pakistan, like Pashtuns, Baloch, Sindhis, and Kashmiris, they need to coordinate their efforts and take the cases of enforced disappearances to the international community and important international organizations like United Nations collectively to force Pakistan to stop this crime against humanity. So we demand a Truth and Reconciliation Commission under the United Nations to investigate the human rights violation, war crimes, and crimes against humanity committed by Pakistan Army in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Balochistan, and Sindh. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Fazal-ur Rehman AFRIDI. Now I would like to call Dr. Lahana on his stage. Dr. Lahana is the Secretary General of the World Sindhi Congress. He has been campaigning for the free Sindhu Desh of the case and actually be a strong supporter of the Baloch national struggle.
Thank you. Thank you very much, BNM. Thank you very much, friends. There is a saying, there is nothing permanent. The only thing that is permanent is change. The 77 years of occupation of historical nations, Baloch nation, Sindhi nation, Pashto nation, Pakistani occupied Kashmir, things have changed. In the context of Balochistan, what has changed? Baloch people started their struggle for freedom and resistance to occupation from the day one when Pakistan occupied independent Balochistan. And it is a long, long journey. It is a journey of 77 years of killing, of suffering, of occupation, of brutalities. But things cannot remain the same. If you look at the current time, Baloch struggle has become really mature and recognized, and its profile worldwide has grown. And the only credit of that goes to the sacrifice of the Baloch nation, the Baloch people. And their unwavering faith that this is our land, this is our motherland, and nobody else, only we can get it free. And it is our right. Freedom is a fundamental human right, and it's true. In recent years, the Baloch struggle has spread to the grassroots level. Look at basically these protests and the recent protests. It's something really very strange. Because in Baloch societies, which is generally considered to be conservative, there are thousands and thousands of women and led by women. This is really very, very unique. Don't underestimate this. And so what has changed in the context of Pakistan? Pakistan